hello everybody and welcome to Level 5, the place where we talk about movies, TV shows, video games and comic books. So, 12 hours before I hit the record button on this video, I was sat in the cinema in the middle of watching Deadpool and Wolverine. 5 months before hitting the record button on this video, it was put into motion a very nice little plan. You see, me and my best friend, my brother from another mother, James, we kind of figured out that Deadpool and Wolverine would come out exactly a week after the birthdays of my mother and my sister. There's 2 days apart between the two. So, naturally, James wanted to get my family a birthday present. He's kind of like extended family by this point, and he bought everyone a ticket to go see Deadpool and Wolverine. See, it kind of worked very well. My son is over his mother's house, and my fiance is planned to go to Cardiff to hang out with her sister. So I was all by my lonesome. So, without them knowing, he bought everyone a ticket. Apart from one who was a late addition to this idea, and I bought her a ticket. So, altogether, it was myself, James, my mother, her fiance, so my stepmother, if you will, my sister, her girlfriend, which is what I paid for, and a family friend of ours. So, that being said, just before the movie trailer started, my mother turned up at the cinema car park without knowing exactly what was going on. None of them did, other than my stepmother. She was the only one in on this, because of course we had to tell somebody the plan. And they were all very surprised, and it was a nice surprise for them to give them. Me and James had known about this for months, and we spent weeks with my mum saying, hey, I want to go watch Deadpool and Wolverine. And there'd be moments where we're all sat in the same room, I'm looking at my stepmother, and I'm looking at my fiance, and we were like, little do you know, sort of thing. And then, of course, we sat down, and we delved in to Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, as you guys know, if you're a fan of this little out-of-cinema experience series of mine, I don't spoil the movies here. So, let's dive in with, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. The first thing I have to say is this. If you're a huge fan of Marvel before the MCU became a thing, you're going to really enjoy some moments of this movie. This is a love letter to the films that came beforehand. Especially, of course, X-Men. This is a love letter to those actors, to the characters, and everything. Like, literally, Fox and all that stuff, they all get so much praise here. Which was really nice. Second of all, this film is fucking hilarious. So funny. Of course, Deadpool breaks the fourth wall, but not so much talking to the audience as much as he done in previous films. There is a lot, though, of noting the fact that he's now in the MCU, the fact that Fox no longer owns the X-Men rights and stuff like that. It's very, very funny. Now, of course, we have Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine. A little personal piece of note for you guys to learn. My son is actually called Logan, and he's called Logan because of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. So, for me, personally, this was a fucking blast to see the man not only return as Wolverine, but return in suit. In suit, holy crap, it was good. It was good. So nice to see him in costume. Especially when the pair of them were working together. That was really cool. Now, I will say this. This performance of Hugh Jackman being the Wolverine is the best performance we've ever had and have ever seen him when he plays Logan. And I'm talking about the X-Men movies, the Wolverine spin-offs, even Logan. When it comes to him performing as Wolverine, this is the best performance he's ever done. This actually made me choke up. This was such a good performance from Hugh Jackman. Now, a part of the comedy is having these two characters on screen. You can really tell Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds has this banterous lovable friendship between them, because it really plays on screen. Even when the two characters are hating each other, you can just tell the actors are having a blast. You can really tell that they both really wanted to do this, and it was their time to shine, you know? The choreography was absolutely spot on. Of all Deadpool movies, this is the best when it comes to the fight scenes. Holy shit, there was not a fight scene I sat there and went, oh, can this hurry up and finish? It was so goddamn good. Of course, as we know, Deadpool and Wolverine do fight each other. It was in the trailers. But yeah, it's good. There's a lot of fight scenes, and the introduction alone, like the first fight scene that's in the movie, the introduction to the violence, holy crap, it's good, man. Like, that is the fun, like, some of the funniest shit ever. This movie has the best introduction to a X-Men movie, to a Deadpool movie. I think it might have one of the best introductions to a movie that isn't a massive, huge team-up, like Avengers and stuff. It is easily in the top 3 best phase multiversal saga movies. Easily. So, quickly, I want to mention the villains. I'm really shocked about Cassandra. I thought I wouldn't like her because she doesn't look comic accurate. But they followed suit with everything else. She's such a good villain. She's kind of creepy at times, actually. And the special effects and the CGI they use to use her powers is a lot different to Professor Xavier. If you don't know, they're actually related. That's in comic book. And the way they do her powers was really freaky. And of course, Deadpool breaking the fourth wall knows it's freaky. And yeah, as a part of the joke, it was really good. Of course, I'm not going to mention any cameos or any tidbits like that, but I will say is this: there's some good ones, and it was really well done, and there's one specific character that comes in that I personally, in my head subconsciously, I'm like this. Constantly. Because holy fucking shit, it was good. There was a fight scene in the last act that I didn't think was necessary. I understood why it's there. It's very fun. It's a fun fight scene. There's a lot of good comedy mixed in. And like, you know, it's a good scene. But in my personal opinion, it's not needed. It's not needed. It didn't need to be there. It could have been put before the middle section of the movie, you know? There is one criticism I have about this film. It doesn't fix anything. If you're going into this film thinking, hey, it's going to fix the MCU, it really isn't. This film fixes absolutely nothing. And I'm being genuinely honest with you guys here. It doesn't fix anything. Honestly, you could go into this film, leave the film, and think to yourself, that's not even part of the MCU. Because it's not. Deadpool and Wolverine are not part of the sacred timeline Universe 616. It doesn't happen. It looks like they've basically said, hey, Fox's universe exists. It's still canon. And we've now made it so, hey, if we want to use Deadpool, we can. Basically. There is, of course, as we know, the TVA are in the movie. That was in the trailers too, so I can mention that. They actually played a pretty good role in this, and I honestly feel like you don't need to watch Loki before watching this. There's a few little tidbits that if you've watched both seasons of Loki, you're going to sit there and, you know the meme where the guy sits up and says, da 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 da, like that. It's like that. Like, you can sit there and go, I got you, Marvel. I understood you. I could see you there. You know, but they do enough explanation from different characters, so you can kind of click on, okay, so that happens because of this. Oh, so when they do that, okay. You can kind of understand things. But yeah, overall, a really good film. I left the cinema very happy, smiling, and me and James on the way home kept on referencing the jokes. But yeah, biggest complaint, it doesn't fix anything. It's not connected to the MCU in storyline-wise. But technically speaking, the MCU is now multiversal. So I'm really glad that this is part of the multiverse. This is easily the best time I've had in the cinema in the last year when it comes to being hyped, watching the film, and leaving is extending energy. You know? I'll happily watch this film again, and again, and again, and I'll still laugh and I'll still have a good time. Personally, I think it's the best Deadpool. James puts it second because he thinks Deadpool 1 is the better film, which is perfectly fine. Everyone is down to their own opinions. It's definitely the best MCU film we've had since Spider-Man No Way Home. When it comes to the multiversal saga, I'll put it second place. No Way Home being first. It's a love letter to Marvel. There's a lot of notes to the comic books, where if you're a diehard X-Men comic book fan, again, you're going to sit there and go, I'll see you. And I was that person sat in the cinema. There's a compilation of scenes throughout the movie that you could put together that relate to comic books and only comic books. And if you made that compilation, I'm one of these people who can go, that's this, that's related to that, that's referencing this, that's from this page of the panel, you know, and stuff like this. And it is generally like that in some scenes. And like, you know, certain fans of the movies may go, oh, that's cool, but us comic book geeks, we know where that's from, you know. Overall, it's a fucking fantastic movie. Fan service, 10 out of 10. Fight scenes, 10 out of 10. Comedy, 10 out of 10. Overall movie, I'm giving it 8.5. Only because there's no major impact. James says the storyline is quite thin. Which, fair enough, I understand where he's coming from. Because it's very similar to the first two films. Actually, you could get the opening for movies 1, 2, and 3, and they're almost identical in how they do the opening. Don't get me wrong, number 3 has the best opening, but they follow the same formula, if so to speak. Anyway, guys, that's me. I'm level 5, of course. We talk about movies, TV shows, comic books, and games on this channel. I'm going to be doing quite a few ranking videos upcoming because I want to rank some of the Deadpool and Wolverine movies now and things like this. I also got a good couple top 10s and top 5s coming up too. Of course, there's obviously another pilot episode review coming out. And yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine was such a blast. I keep referencing it now, even though it's been 12 hours. I'm still got jokes in my head. It still makes me smile. I got to see my boy Logan back on screen. Guys, if you're going to go watch this film, don't expect it to fix anything. But expect to have a fucking good time. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell if you guys haven't already. So you don't miss another one of these out-of-cinema experiences. But of course, any of the other content on here, I am delving into more of this type of content on this channel. I want to kind of delve into other different things I haven't done yet, I've wanted to do. I love you all, war of passion, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye.